know that I was doing what I was doing after seeing some of the jerseys that him and John Ray was wearing.
Yep.
So that was a big artist that I was working with for sure last year. I'm still working with. And honestly, shoot, it'd be a lot of people, to be real with you, just recently.
You see I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section, this God flow perfection. Dating on the church like I ain't blessed, they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection, that's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look, it's sheep, not lieutenant.
All right, another episode of Live on Lake Street. We live, baby. We got Broderick from Vintage POOLE in the building. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good,
man.
man.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm happy to have you here.
That's what's up. That's what's
You've been busy out here. You've been providing some good looks for people out here.
Yeah, I've been trying to do it. Yep, I'm trying to link with as many people as possible, and let people know what I do.
For
on
sure.
The artistic side.
I should have worn my jersey today. I don't know why I didn't.
It's cool.
I definitely should have.
The
but
black
yeah.
is cool.
But yeah, you definitely provided me a dope ass jersey. I'm gonna be wearing it all summer for sure. I wear basketball jerseys still.
That's what's up. That's
So
what's up.
I'm gonna be I'll be at the beach with it for sure. So let's just talk about Vintage POOLE. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about your career as a fashion designer.
It's a lot. It's a lot of different titles. I would just say designer, visual artist.
Okay.
I originally started drawing and painting. And I got to a point where I really was into fashion as well, but I wanted to do the fashion to get my art out there.
Okay.
So that was really one of my main goals and visions, to do the fashion. With that, throughout the years from high school, just learning, I picked up screen printing, graphic design, web design. My mom taught me how to sew.
Okay.
A couple of other little things that I kind of incorporate in my business today.
Yeah. So you're really like a designer. You're not just like buy a Gildan T-shirt and press some shit on it.
No. I know how to do that too.
Yeah.
But no, quality wise, I want to make sure if it's screen print or something stitched on.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure to dig deep into learning how to do those things. And at the same time, when I started, it wasn't that easy just to kind of pick up a website or go on YouTube. Sad to say, it might not have been YouTube that big around that time. So I kind of had to figure some of the things out and kind of learn and understand like the materials and the fabrics, and like I said, on the sewing side too. So.
Yeah. How long ago did you start? I mean, was Vintage POOLE? Is that like? Did you have a company before that or anything before that?
Yes. It started off as Pool Boy Designs right out of high school.
Okay.
And I was doing same thing, custom screen prints.
Okay.
Doing like family reunion shirts and just doing different designs and music videos for different artists and like that as well.
Wait, you were shooting music videos or just
no,
you
doing
were
designs
providing?
for people
Okay,
that's
got
been in
it.
music videos. So, I've done some photo shoots, just learning and just understanding and trying to be self-sufficient in my own business. But I don't do it as a service that much on the photo shoot or video side.
Okay.
But then within 4 years of doing it, and I kind of started my brand, Pool Boy Designs, right out of high school.
Yep.
Within like 4 years, and I rebranded it as Vintage P. I'm like, well, people really want to rock Pool Boy Designs, which they do.
Yep.
But I'm just like, let me just go with Vintage P. And Vintage was just because I was doing it for a certain time, a long amount of time, stemming back to around first, second grade when I really started drawing and getting into just designing in general.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the vintage side, because a lot of stuff I'm doing, like the screen print style, I learned how to do it on like the big 6 or 8 press.
Okay.
And I have a lot of access to it with different people I know. But the one that I have at home is just a single one where I do it the old school style. And just a lot of different things that I'm doing. Even the stitching way I'm doing it, I'm not using an automatic machine. I'm just not just pushing something. I'm literally fully manually stitching every letter, every piece of design, and every color that's in a garment that I'm doing.
That's great. That's to me that means way more than what a lot of people around. I shouldn't throw anybody under the bus like that, but like,
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like that shows that for you it's different than a lot of people. Mm-hmm. That's different. You're really hands on with you got the sewing machine and all that. Like, so how did you? What made you decide that's what you wanted to do? What was the influence?
Honestly, like I said, well, just art-wise, I've just been drawing since second grade. Just been some some couple of people that's been doing art in my family, but my mom did a lot of sewing. I guess you can call her a seamstress, but she had other jobs and stuff like that. But she literally did full outfits. I seen her do it just growing up.
Yeah.
But literally full shirts, full pants. I've seen her do full uniforms for a high school back in the days for the cheerleading squad with the full inseams and all that.
Okay.
So like visually on a day-to-day basis, my mom for sure. And like I said, she taught me how to sew. And then from there, just around my time, I won't say there was 2 clothing lines that I've seen just at that time was inspiration. I would say I probably didn't want to say it right, but Muskeen, I want to say it was out of Philly.
Yep.
They was actually putting their artwork on the clothing. So that was I won't say that was the number one
Do me a
thing
favor and just adjust that mic so you're talking right into it.
Okay.
I just want to make sure they hear you.
Yep. I don't think for sure that was the main reason, but Muskeen was a big thing because they literally was painting every single shirt that they was putting out into the world. And Fubu, I agree totally with Jim Jones. I don't think they really changed the culture off of visually of the designs that they had, but seeing a black man and 4 black men having a clothing line, that was real powerful for me.
And that's funny that you bring that up, because I think what was even more powerful with Fubu is how it moved into
Midwest.
Not even just the Midwest, white people.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I used to be Fubu down, and then somebody told me, you know what that stands for, right? And then they told me, and I'm like, well, I can't wear that shit then. Like, that don't feel that. I literally, when I found out that Fubu stood for us, by us, I stopped wearing Fubu. I'm like, that's not mine. I can't wear that no more. But like, bro, the 05, the 05 football jerseys. I think 3 of my class pictures, I was wearing a football Fubu jersey.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably didn't have too much, just cause
I had all the fat. I had the Fat Albert shit.
I wasn't that swag. I was able to put stuff together, but money wise, I wasn't getting no Jordan. I don't think I got a Jordan until I was in my 20s.
I was a thief,
to be real.
I would steal it.
I was too, just not Jordans, nothing like that.
No, not Jordans. I actually didn't get. To be honest, to be real with you, I didn't really get into Jordans until I was 30. And then prior to that, I probably had a couple of pairs when I was young, playing basketball maybe. But I didn't get into Jordans until I was 30. But I used to steal all the Fubu. Yeah, all of it. I had every jersey. Yeah, I had every single one. But that's true, and it's funny that you bring that up, because I was actually thinking about that the other day, about how Fubu really moved into white suburbia.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to get back with what Jim Jones was saying, but he was really saying Fubu was made for that reason, to kind of cross over to those people that just wasn't seeing it, you know. So
So that was an influence to you. Yeah, for sure.
On the business side, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned that you've done some work with artists here in Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you work with the artists, do you design things? I mean, I know the answer to this, but other people might not. Do you design things specifically for them?
It just might depend on, how the relationship or how the deal happens. Some people might just hit me up, hey, I want this, and that on there. Yeah. Or I might be somewhat of a fan. I'm I need to reach out to them. There's someone really doing something in the cities. Let me reach out to them, and it might be again hey, I can hook you something up. What would you be interested in? Or I might just kind of do what I did with you. Yeah. I just make it.
Man, I feel so stupid not wearing that jersey right now. I don't know why I didn't think. I don't know why I didn't think about it today.
It's in the ads you guys have. So
yeah, for sure.
The little So,
yeah. Because that's you know what I mean. I saw before I linked up with you to get the jersey, I think I saw Dolo wearing one that you had done for him.
So for him too, what did I do? I think I reached out to him. And then I think I just asked for size and just 2 or 3 things, and then from there I just went crazy on his. Yeah, I
saw him wearing his in one of his Dolo hours, and I'm like, I need to hurry the fuck up and get mine, because that shit is hard.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, another thing I don't think I even mentioned to you, I worked out a deal with, I guess I won't say their name, but one of the biggest concert venues. So they told me they only do jerseys. They basically wanted to do jerseys for every artist that they came in. Last year they did it. Nope. depends on what you mean biggest. I kinda just
Armory?
I just threw the word out there, but yeah, it's the Armory.
Okay.
And so last year, back with the Super Bowl, when they had like J-Lo and all that, they wanted to have jerseys printed up, and then they just didn't like it. And then when one of the guys seen what I was doing, he was like, "We want that." And so basically, every artist that they come in, that sells out. They don't just do it for anyone.
Right.
I've made a jersey for. So like last year, I did a few for Machine Gun Kelly. I did Polo G, Playboy Cardi.
Wow.
A couple different jerseys. And a couple other people, I ain't gonna lie, but I don't know all those country artists.
Oh, so they got you doing shit for country artists too.
Yeah, everyone they bring in there.
And what?
You know?
So is it always basketball jerseys, or do you
Basketball jerseys.
Always
it's
basketball.
to mimic the Minneapolis, because it's the old arena, so it's all to mimic the Minneapolis Lakers jerseys. Yep.
Dope. That's super dope.
Yeah.
And so when you get a jersey, when you make a jersey for like a Machine Gun Kelly, do you get feedback on it from him, his team? Does he wear it, post it?
With the Armory, it's kind of a little different. At first, they was kind of taking pictures and kind of doing that, and it is kind of just an Armory design in the front, and then all the information on the back. So that one's a little different. This year is a little bit. It's a new year, so I'm kind of working on different things depending on what artists they do bring in to make what you're saying a little bit further, which I've been kind of thinking about as well. So.
Yeah, I think, and didn't I thought I saw hockey jerseys too? Don't you? That feels that feels very fitting for Minnesota.
I'm trying to dabble into a little bit of everything. On the clothing side, since we are speaking jerseys, I've been more interested in doing more active and doing something I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So at one of the stores, at Go Get It, which is in St. Paul, it's nothing but jerseys. So it's hockey jerseys, baseball jerseys, mostly basketball, and a few football as well.
Okay.
And they're all just mixed different designs that I've done, mixed with a lot of Minnesota influence as well.
Yeah, that's great. That's really dope. I think it's dope that you stick to that, the Minnesota representation too. Even mine's a Cleveland representation, but
Okay.
LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What's funny is I think I told you this. I actually have that jersey. Like
Oh,
the one
for
that
real? Exact
you made
colors
me that's
and all
kind of
that?
designed after.
Yeah.
I have that LeBron jersey.
That's what's up. That's
So
cool.
it's like
That's cool.
that was kind of fitting.
It just was one that I had, and I'm like, should I just? And I'm like, I'll go with Cleveland. And then when I gave it to you, it was actually around the same week as the All-Star game.
The All-Star
So
game, yep.
I like to do stuff that kind of connects the dots here and there too.
For sure.
Mhm.
For sure. What about local artists? Do you work with local artists as well?
Yes, for sure. Like I told you out there, I'm from kind of the same area as like Dub J, so for sure I've done a lot of different things for him. Early days, I've probably did a couple things for Taylor J. Not on the jersey side, just on custom shirts.
Yeah.
So for sure, artists in my area, I've always been in tune with Mr. Mayhem.
Mhm.
So for sure, a lot. I ain't gonna lie, he opened people's eyes that didn't know that I was doing what I was doing after seeing some of the jerseys that him and John Ray was wearing.
Yep.
So that was a big artist that I was working with for sure last year and still working with. And honestly, shoot, it'd be a lot of people, to be real with you. Just recently, the Trap Evangelist seen your jersey there, and she hit me up, and she got a nice jersey.
She
as
asked
well.
me. She asked me about it. I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, you got to hit him.
So if you see hers is on point too. So
Yeah.
I won't post. I ain't gonna lie, I don't be posting stuff as much, but in certain situations, I'll kind of let the artist.
She has
do all
hers?
the posts. Mm-hmm.
Has she worn it yet?
I don't think she has. No,
Okay.
No. Yeah. So.
She'll you know she's gonna do something crazy. She's gonna do something big with it.
Yeah. So.
That's really dope. So, and actually, now that you bring that up, just to talk about Live on Lake Street a little bit, you were at the event Friday night.
For sure.
What did you think? What was your experience?
I liked it a lot, man. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been out I ain't been out in a minute.
Me neither.
But just the experience now was real cool, seeing the different artists. I ain't gonna lie, I left probably right after the performance. I didn't get to really chop it up with none of them.
Yeah.
I did chop it up with Malik a little bit, but no, it was good seeing the different vendors. I think I copped something from I copped something from everybody.
You did?
Made sure to support the different vendors. And yeah, it was a cool night. Drunk a little bit. I ain't drunk in a while. So
yeah. Well, for one, I appreciate you coming out.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And two, I'm glad to hear good feedback. It was an amazing night, man. It went about as well. It went better than I think we expected it to.
That's cool.
Not even expected, but it just exceeded. I don't want to even say that. It was what we thought. It was what we wanted it to be.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was what we wanted it to be. But I think the feeling that I got from it was more. So, but more about you. So, what is your goal with Vintage Pool? Is it like you want to be world renowned? You want to be on that like Off-White? Like is that where you're trying to go with this?
You know, you always got high goals like that. But you know, I guess there's a post that they say if you can't make it in Minnesota, you can't make it nowheres. And that's not necessarily true because as an artist, I'll kill in LA.
Yeah.
Or in Atlanta, you know.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of work in the community with a lot of the youth kids, and also just different artists that have their own brands.
Yeah.
From just many different type of mentor ways, I guess you can say like that. So for sure, I love being involved in my community and working. I'll say Twin Cities in general.
Yeah.
I'm also from the Rondo community, so I do a lot of work there
Okay.
as well. Design-wise, painting-wise, yes, I want to be on a world-renowned type of view. I have so many different things that I'm doing, and it's just like which one's making the most sense. Most people do know me more on the custom side, so I have been pushing more of the stores that I've been pushing my clothing out of. And then, like I said, painting-wise, I'm really trying to get it to the next people. I have had some cool clients so far, but I'm working on some more.
Who are some of your cool clients?
Oh, since you asked, you know, last year I did a painting for, I almost forgot his name, Gary Owens, the comedian. I did a painting for him.
Oh, shit.
And I was able to give it to him. He posted it on Twitter and Instagram and all that. So I got the video and picture of that. I did a painting for Trina, the artist from Miami.
Wow.
I didn't get to meet her, but luckily there's a thing called social media. So
What did she ask? Did she ask you to do something specific, or just I would like you to do something for me?
So I kind of contacted her when the Super Bowl happened here.
Okay.
So many people never been to Minnesota, was making so much money.
Yeah.
And it didn't hurt me, but just the thought of it was killing me.
Yeah.
And then just seeing how, you know, the club scene and how all that happened, it was just like, for real, this is how we going out. But for me, I'm like, I can't go.
Yeah.
And so I'm just looking at all these different flyers, the different people I know, and I'm like, okay, well, I know that club promoter. He's bringing Trina, which he already has a good rapport with her. Oh, yeah, let me hit him up. So I made him an outfit for her show, and I made a painting for her. And then wasn't able to connect. I had to go actually to school the next day because I worked at the school, and I get a message saying, hey, I actually messaged her people, and they messaged me back while I was at school, like, where you at? Let's meet up. And I'm looking at the kids like,
yeah, fuck these kids.
that would have been one of the perfect times to say it, but no, I didn't say it. I made sure to stay with the kids and do my job.
That's good.
But I got the information. I was able to send out the painting to Trina.
Okay.
I also, kind of locally, I did a Sweet Martha painting. I actually been knowing her for a long time, but I was able to do a nice painting for her.
You painted some cookies?
Something like that. I painted her. I painted like the big gopher, like
okay,
as a backdrop,
yep,
as a statue, and then under that it was like the big, her cookie place, and just all the people kind of in line and enjoying the cookies and stuff like that.
That's dope.
So, and I've been knowing her, but it was one of those things like, let me make this painting.
Wait, Sweet Martha is a person?
Yes.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Like Sweet, and honestly, even if I would have known that, I probably would have assumed like she's some old lady that maybe is even not here anymore. I don't know. So you actually know Sweet Martha. I had no idea.
She does some other business endeavors, and one of my old jobs I worked at, I used to always see her. And so again, just in my mind and just creating art and having some time to think, I'm like, who can I kind of reach out? Oh, I know her. And I'm like, let me create something. And it was around that time of the State Fair of summer.
Yeah.
Created it, inboxed her. And luckily, the person that did the work was like her niece or something like that. So I'm like, hey, tell her it's Broderick. She knows me. And she did remember me.
That's great.
It wasn't no.
That's
like,
crazy.
Who is this? It was like, but yeah. So.
Do you know like when you send? So like I assume you do the painting and then you either send it off or they come get it or whatever.
Yep.
Then do they like? Do people like send you pictures of like where they put it, or is it just gone out of sight, out of mind?
That's kind of more up to me, I guess you can say.
Okay.
I think she said she was gonna hit me back. It was one of those things. It's like, hey, can you send me a picture?
Yeah.
It's just all kind of up to me and how that works. For the most part, I kind of usually do get some pictures and things of that nature.
Yeah. And you also said, I want to backtrack. You said you also designed an outfit for Trina?
Not for Trina, for the club promoter.
Oh, for the club promoter. Okay,
so
okay,
for
okay.
Super Bowl weekend,
Gotcha.
I did a couple fits, a couple paintings. It was a lot going on that weekend, but I made sure not to lose. It was just so many.
Are there other people out here that do exactly what you do? Because it seems
Yes.
I've known other fashion designers and other like creators and stuff, but like
You mean on like the detailed on the sewing side, or
just in general, like what you it feels like
yes and no.
what you do is
So I have a graphic design degree. I don't do designs and logos as a service no more, but I have. We had the Twist Master in here.
Yep.
I did her logo. I did one of Dub J's old Cash Click logos and album cover.
So you do graphics too.
I have the skills to do graphics, but I don't do it as a service no more just because so much stuff that I do.
Yeah.
I've done one of his artists, Scriliante's clothing lines logo as well. And I've done a lot of clothing line logos, rap logos in the past. And
Yeah.
I don't really do it too much no more. But I still have that skill, so I do all that for my own business.
Yep.
So there's a graphic design side. Then you have just the production of the clothing line. I guess that's different because you got screen printing, you got the graphic design, logo design side. You got, so it's kind of, I'm basically like 3 different people in one.
Yeah.
And then
I'd say more. I'd say maybe even
so I guess
more
you
than
just
that.
leave it at that. So yeah, graphic design, apparel, and painting.
Okay.
And then the teaching side too. So
Which one are you most passionate about?
I'll kind of say all of them. And the reason I say that is because I kind of incorporated every piece, different parts of my life, and art is always in them.
Okay.
So when I'm doing a painting, I'm drawing it first. When I'm used to do a logo, I'll draw it. Same thing with the clothing. I'm kind of drawing it from the start and going from there. So I'll just say drawing. Drawing technically is
because that's at the
main
root. That's at the root
foundation.
of all of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you explain your logo? Like what it's a
werewolf.
It's a werewolf.
So just simply not simply, but
Hold on. Are you or are you not a werewolf?
I technically am.
You technically are.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So not no more. I ain't gonna lie. I be getting tired easy now. And the reason what I mean by that is basically when it's full moon, the werewolves come out.
Yeah.
And for me, a lot of my work and hard dedication came at night.
Okay.
Now as a younger kid, I'll be in the club and all that. So I used to be up, but now.
So you were a different kind of werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got you.
So, and then at the same time too, Minnesota is just one of the biggest population with Alaska for wolves.
Wolves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Timberwolves, and yeah, that's a great tie-in.
So.
Okay, that's really dope. So if you had to put together, you ready for this?
Yeah.
A Mount Rushmore for fashion designers in Minnesota.
I don't know if I can give you a full Mount Rushmore. What I'll do, I'll throw some names out there, and if it seems like that's what I said, then you can go with that.
All right.
I think you gotta split them up in different categories. You know? There is different categories to prove, what's the best line out there. So you got just a flat out design.
Yep.
Just looks like it visually just looks good, and then with that, to me, it's like, what can I go out these doors and really see different clothing lines?
Yeah.
So you for sure got what's the first person I was gonna say? Oh, I couldn't think of who I was gonna say. I just wanted. But anyways, you got levels. You always see levels.
Mm-hmm.
Juice Lord, even though, however you want to look at that, but he has dug into more than just print on.
Let's
hoodies.
pause there for 1 second, because actually that you bring up a great point, and I would love to get your viewpoint on this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and he's probably not gonna like this, but that's my guy. I think Lord's season has hurt his career in music. Because I think Lord's season outgrew Juice Lord. Everybody knows Lord's season. There are people out there.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a true opinion. I think it's how you look at it, because same thing with me. Most people know me for customs, but one of these days y'all gonna know me more for paintings.
Yeah.
And so if you're not understanding my painting side, and that I've done murals and I have paintings in the governor's mansion and things like that.
God damn. Talk your shit.
But one of the, right now you know me for this. So if you don't know him for his rap, one of these days you're gonna know it.
That part I agree with for sure.
So I won't really
hurt's a bad word. Hurt was a bad choice of words.
I see what you're saying.
It's like it didn't hurt anything. It just it was like clearly the music side is what's more important to him.
Right.
But Lord Season is so much more recognizable than Juice Lord the artist. Lord Season, if I put on a Lord Season outfit, I go anywhere I go, somebody's saying something.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what that.
Rap?
I've seen.
Is it because of the rap?
Not because a lot. I
It
don't
could
think,
be,
and
hopefully.
it helped.
But I see what you're saying.
For sure,
I
it's
think
helped.
Either way, it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah.
Because even when the rap is where we're talking,
Yep.
you still want to sell merch.
No, you're right. For sure. For sure. So. It's just such an interesting thing. I had this conversation with somebody else recently. I don't remember who, but I feel like Lord Season it's like he set it out to be merch, and it turned into a brand.
Yeah, because like I said, for sure, he don't just have print on stuff.
Right. And when most artists, when they do merch, it's not something other than their, his merch would be Juice Lord with something.
Yeah.
It's not merch. Lord Season is a brand. Like that's a clothing brand. So I don't know. It's just it's such an interesting thing. Like, but you're right. They catapult each other for sure.
But yeah, when you go to the Mall of America, you see Captain Rebel, you see Levels, you see Juice Lord. I've had people say that they've seen my stuff in Las Vegas, but at the same time, even if you haven't seen this, this logo, then you probably might have seen something I've done for someone else's brand. You might have seen a logo that I've done. You might have seen some patchwork that I've done. And then you go every time on channel, turn on some type of food channel, Justin's wearing Hibernation. So it's like there's a lot of different ways. So that's one thing that's visually. You got who's making the most money. I'm not counting no one's pockets. I'm not doing that. What's the next one? Money. Oh, I'm forgetting one. And then for sure, just influence.
Yeah.
So I have to put myself out there.
Yeah.
Influential wise. Just for how long I've been doing it. Most of the clothing lines out here, they've had hit me up on. We have some type of connection where they said, "Hey, can I get a logo? Can I get some patchwork? Can you tell me how this works? Can you tell me a different vendor? Can you tell me how to sew?
Yep.
Can you tell me, So I get a lot of that, and every clothing line that's been mentioned on here by me or anyone else, I've had somewhat worked with them. Not Bag Legends though, but we have chopped it up.
Okay.
But at the same time, with the Bag Legends, when I'm listening to his interview, there's still things that he was saying that I could pick from that, so it's always, for me, I'm always down to learn and grow. And then on his side too, and new Muse, they're young, so their internet game's on point. They're, so those things for sure I'll always appreciate too, and always
those are the up and comers for sure. And you can tell Chanel from New Muse, super driven.
That's what's up.
Super driven.
And I've been knowing her since Jimmy Lee hooping days.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. Very, very driven. It's cool. It's cool to see that.
So I don't know if that was a Mount Rushmore, but I threw a few out there. I think there was one other category that I was thinking about. Same thing with the influence. Like, is it more than just a design and clothing?
Yeah.
Are you doing something for the community? Are you and I'm not saying you have to, but is your brand more than just a T-shirt?
Yeah.
Are you really trying to reach back and work with people? Food drives, anything, bag drives. For me, I do just, like I said, I do a lot of mentoring. I've worked in a couple after-school programs at schools, teaching art to the kids, and to be real with you, on the art side with the kids, I would want to teach them shading, and so they don't want that. I'm like, well, I make clothing. They're like, yeah, and so we would make shirts in class and stuff like that. So
there's ways to get them involved in things that they don't necessarily. That's great. Okay. Your thoughts and feelings on Kanye as a fashion designer?
There's some up and downs.
Yeah.
To be brutally honest, I'll say average. And the reason I'll say that because, when he's pushing out clothing lines looking like zombies and stuff like that, you have to keep that in your mind when you're looking at the good stuff he did.
Yeah.
I only wear I only own one pair of Kanye's. All the shoes for the most part are killer. The boots, that's another thing. So it's for me, kind of average.
Yeah. I
his
just
stuff that is good
is great.
is great, and it's, you know, with the best of them. I will say that.
But the stuff that's
But like
bad,
I said, you got to kind of look at everything that they're
terrible.
putting out.
yeah,
Everything they're putting out. So
yeah, yeah. I've always felt like, if we're being brutally honest, I don't like just about anything he's ever made, and that includes the Yeezys. I don't like them. Like, I've never owned a pair of Yeezys. I understand. I hear that they're super comfortable, and that's great. But I'll wear an uncomfortable fly shoe any day before I'll wear a comfortable, tacky-looking shoe.
personally, I like maybe 15% of his stuff.
Yeah,
But that's just me.
I'm with you.
But
I'm
the type
probably
of
closer to
person where
5%.
I can understand. I can keep my feelings and what just someone's actually putting out there separate.
For sure. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, agreed.
That's how I
Likewise.
look at what
Yeah, agreed.
Yeezy's doing out
You
here.
can't. You cannot deny the influence.
Oh yeah, for sure. Influence wise,
It's
and
crazy.
That's totally different.
Yeah, the influence is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he literally made like New Balance shoes trendy.
Man, he making boots trendy. You see what he had Fat Joe doing?
Bro, I don't understand
And
a
then
lot
the
of
next
it.
day he had the next time he surfaced on the internet, he had a Imperial. Do you know what I'm talking about? He had a Minnesota brand on.
Oh yeah.
Imperial Grind.
Yes.
What is it?
Perpetual Grind.
Perpetual Grind.
Yeah, shout out to Perpetual
So,
Grind.
You
Yeah.
know, there's people be out here.
For sure. Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot of people out here.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, them rain boots, can't get with it. The moon boots, can't get with it at all. I don't understand
can't
it.
do it.
The weird, like,
Nah.
fat people T-shirts, I don't get it.
You know, back in 06 maybe. But that's not in
Yeah,
06.
maybe. Maybe. But yeah, the influence is crazy. Because then you see everybody copying it, everybody wearing, even if it looks bad, people are like, I'm wearing this shit.
And even, you know, probably like your H&M's got waves of different clothes that's similar just to match that.
Yeah.
I've had people even say, oh, them Jordans look like Yeezys. I'm like, no, them Jordans came out before Yeezy was out.
Right.
The color matches the Yeezys,
Yeah.
but it's not really the same thing.
Yeah, the Yeezys look like Jordans. Let's relax, everybody. Sometimes. But yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Okay, so I want to switch gears quickly. St. Paul artists, Mount Rushmore. I know you have an opinion.
Like
Musical artists, Mount Rushmore.
I don't know. I thought you was just gonna give me like just a music Rushmore. I don't know about St. Paul. You know, for sure I gotta put Shawty Boo in there. Freestyle songs, man, everything. You know, rest in peace. From my same area, same block. Man, if you was gonna say just a Mount Rushmore, just in general the cities. Like
You want to just do a Minnesota Rushmore?
I'll do Minnesota, and I'll
Alright.
keep it OG. Shawty Boo. Was it DMG? Minnesota Threat, and I might have to push it. Like I can't forget the Street Kings, but Mr. Mayhem was part of Heat Rock. I think it was Heat Rock. I'm not for sure. I know they did Back to Streets Volume 2, and that's everything they played that whole summer. So for sure. So that might have been 5, but that's the main people that I would have to bring up.
How much does the music influence your art?
Oh, a lot. So yeah, everything that I do myself is, and I don't do music, but everything I do myself is influenced in what I do. So basketball is a big thing, but music is everywhere, you know. So just the swag, just the stuff that you naturally see from the music, the stuff that they're talking about, the things that you're actually hearing. I'm a big Young Dolph fan, so even back in the days, you listen to Young Jeezy, it's like something that you can, certain music that you can listen to that's going to get you through the day.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've been listening to Trap Evangelist a lot lately.
Man, so good.
Something, you know, you know how it is when you just bang in this hard, crazy music all day. You can't do that, you know. So when I start my day off, I actually been listening to her a lot in the mornings. But you know, it's just music. It's just music in my ears, you know. It's just something that gets you to work. And, you know, that's what really shapes the culture, honestly. You know, different podcasts and things of that nature has been changing the culture, but who are they?
Yeah.
They're people that used to rap, for the most part, you know.
That's true.
So,
That's true. I have a bold statement about Trap Evangelist.
what?
It reminds me of College Dropout.
Think so?
And the reason I say that is because
That choir.
it's not the choir. it's the whole entire sound.
That's what's up.
Not it doesn't the sounds aren't the same, but it's a sound that I've never heard anything like it. So it's more like it reminds me of the time.
And then you also listen to the lyrics and you're like, huh, what?
Yeah.
Kind of bounces against.
Oh, she's
what's
so
out.
special.
But yeah, no,
We
she's-
have to
she's nice.
we
She's
have got
nice.
to put we have
And
got to get behind her.
I just no, let me not say that. I just technically connected with her, but I've been seeing her billboards here and there.
Yeah.
And then when she hit me up, I'm like, okay, let me check out the music.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
yeah, she's nice. Yeah.
She might be God. I'm not sure. She might be God in the
It's
human
cool.
in a human form.
It's cool, you know. I don't listen to too much crazy trap, cussing music in my house with my kids, so it's a perfect type of thing to listen to. Juice Lord too, you know, you can listen to that.
For sure.
You know, ain't
The
nothing
message.
too crazy.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Who else are you listening to? Who you listen to when the kids aren't around?
Like I said, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'm not a Lil Wayne fan, but I have a Lil Wayne work ethic. So sometimes I might be working on paintings, clothings, apparel drops with my kids, and I don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Young Dolph a lot, just to see some of the artists I've already named. I liked Prince Riley for sure. I ain't gonna lie, his songs been stuck in my head since
Yep.
since the show, even though I already was listening to his stuff. Mayhem, John Ray for sure. The Homeboy Skrill, he got a lot of people out his way. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know all his artists, but he's doing some stuff too. So
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of stuff, but
Yeah. That's good. Those are good. Those are all great answers. That's ultimately who I listen to too. I mean, I listen to mostly R&B, but when I switch off the R&B, that's what I'm listening to.
that's what's up.
Yeah. So I got no other questions for you, but do you have any final statements, any closing thoughts?
Just check me out. Apparel wise, I got clothing and Keep 'Em Clean in Uptown. I got clothing and Just Imagine on the east side of St. Paul.
Okay.
Go Get It. It's a tobacco store, but he has a clothing side that's right off 280. Everything I'm saying you can Google. You can check those stores out. And then I even got my artwork in Trio in Uptown.
Okay.
So check me out.
You have a website?
Yep. Well, most of my social media stuff is Vintage POOLE Art. Don't forget the silent E in my last name, Vintage POOLE Art. That's YouTube. You can Google and go straight to my website from Google. What's that? Just IG, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yeah.
And then other than that, other than my apparel, I'm starting to do more clothing classes to teach the youth in art, which slowed down with COVID. And I'm also doing sewing classes for the youth as well, but a lot of adults and a lot of other clothing lines have asked me to do some sewing for them too. So,
For sure.
To teach them how to sew.
That's really dope.
Yep.
That's great.
So,
Okay. Well, shit, man. This has been a fun conversation. I learned a lot today.
That's what's up.
I learned a lot today. So I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, appreciate it.
And I appreciate the jersey. And I'm sorry I didn't wear it today.
Oh, yeah, no, I ain't tripping. Like I said, the black is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Black on black.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, shit. I got nothing else for you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man. Another episode of Live on Lake Street. We out.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about.